You need to learn the Human Torch, because sometime soon this character will be a menace once he gets buffed. Right now, he's not the strongest character in the game compared to the new characters that have been released. I think the thing does perform better, but the Human Torch does have a spot, and we're going to highlight it within this gameplay and in this guide video today. So his abilities. His base attack is like a shotgun burst. It has a bit of a delay. It's got like a 25 ping delay to it, so when you press it, you have to kind of lead your shot if you want to do some damage with it, and the damage seems to be not consistent. The closer they are, the more damage you'll do, because more of those pellets will land on the target. Then his ultimate attack, which is the thing that makes him unique, he's able to launch a fireball towards an opponent or an area and create a flame field, which will do damage over time. And you have 3 of these at one given time. And you can chain it up with another ability, which is Pyro Prison, which will allow you to drop 3 or 4 and connect them like this, creating more damage within those walls created. And he also has Plasma Body, which is his movement ability, same as Star-Lord, and his Flaming Meteorite, which is able to do damage on the ground, exploiting any of his flame fields and also doing knockback. And his ultimate, Supernova, allows him to enter another state for 8 seconds using all his base attacks or his right clicks. They turn into tornadoes, as you can see, doing some more damage towards opponents. And once he's paired with Storm, Storm will also get benefits on her ultimate, making it flamed as well in her Storm effect and also extending her timer in her ult form, pretty much helping his team to do more damage. And with the Fantastic Four buff, he also gains a bit of resistance with this and a bit of healing capabilities, making him a bit more durable. And he also is a fly matching Iron Man and Storm gameplay vibes. And some good tips to know is that the distance on these fire prisons that you can create with your flame fields are quite unique. So this is a decent flame field. So once they're in the center, they'll take even more damage, as you can see here. So that usually helps with doing more damage on the character. And it seems to have a long distance, as you can see, where you can connect the Pyro Prison. It's going past 30 meters. So you can cover large areas on the map with this ability. And your accelerating ability, you should use it whenever you can with your base attacks and your attacks in the same instance. When you get 3 down of your flame fields, then go into your Meteorite Strike to do more damage towards target. Even tanks will take a lot of damage. Half HP just gone like that. So you can one-shot any switch in the game. And I say one-shot combo, you can do it right over here. And then there's also other variants when instead of using 3 flame fields, you can use a base attack into a flame field into a strike. That usually kills off a target. If not, use a base attack right after it. And that's pretty much the gist of this character. Let's go into gameplay and showcase the character in action and see how effective he is in a ranked game. So jumping to the game as the Human Torch. What I try to do usually is set up your flame fields. So try and get an angle, set them up where you can. Place one flame field there, another one over there. I'm trying to create a cube again that's close to the center of the objective so they can take damage. If they're trying to escape, they'll also take damage. That's goal. Maybe a future buff for this character is that his walls can put a slow. That will make the character even more effective. He has a slow capability on his walls. So now I'm trying to stack flame fields at the same capacity and then see if I can do damage with my Meteorite ability. Misses, it pushes back the Doctor Strange, doing some base attacks when I can. Charge up my ultimate. We have 40% right now. Destroy the Loki runes and try and do some damage towards the sports. Because my goal should be to kill anything that I can. This character doesn't have huge damage capabilities like Iron Man or Storm, which is where he kind of falls off the meta at the moment. So he's like a off-meta pick at this current time until there's a unique combo for the character that's much more easy to land, or a buff. That's why I'm talking about buffs for the character, because that would be really nice to see a slow in the character. Or some enhanced damage, or more consistent base attack. Now, trying to get back to the action, my team's holding up pretty well. We've got a whole bunch of Lord ranks, I believe, at this point. You can't see the icon, sadly. But I'm pretty sure there's a whole bunch of Lord rank players on my team. So they've put some time into their characters, which makes it more effective in ranked. The enemy team does go for a ultimate, supportive ultimate, to push onto the side and try and take control. I'm setting up my flame fields again. So placing 4 down, you do 3 to 4 whenever you can. And try and just close out the perimeter. Maybe doing flame fields in the center and having a tighter damage field would be nice. I try for ultimate here, use my team ability from Invisible Woman, do some damage around the map with the Supernova, doing some damage. Try and take some control of whatever I can. We're also the red team, so the blue team are the enemies. And right now we're just putting an impact. So we're doing a bit of damage, but the final hits on this character is kind of hard to land. So it's just being a nuisance, more than anything. Creating flame fields towards their spawn, as they'll be obviously trying to go from there through the site. And try and annoy them as much as possible. I'll try and be unique here and place another flame field there, because I can create like a square as well in this area. But I just couldn't do it in time. Hela tries to push up, sadly fails. She activates ultimate. We go back into our invincible ultimate, survive that, do some damage, get some kills as a team. Then the enemy Jeff gets 4 of us. This character's a menace this season. It might be more effective than Human Torch. I think it is actually more effective than Human Torch. Strange setting up a TP. But I feel like this character just needs something. You know? I really think it does. Like something that can make it more effective. Because I see the character never being picked. Like I thought the thing was hard for players to gravitate to and pick. Especially as a new character. And in ranked as well. But the Human Torch, nobody's playing. Unless the Storm team up is up. And even then, it's kind of questionable. Because you just kill flies really quickly with Hela right now. Hela's just really effective again. Or back into meta. We're going to do some more damage with the shotgun into flame fields. And flame fields will always do over time. Or damage over time. So keep that in mind. Use them as much as you can. Whenever they're available, just use them. You don't have to always keep them for the actual prior prison. It's not necessary. Just try and do as much damage as possible to build up your ultimate as quickly as possible. So that's where it does shine. Because the ultimate does a lot of damage. If you can set it perfectly, you can actually kill enemy supports in the ultimate with your combo, which is a whole bunch of flame tornadoes into a meteorite shrine. But sadly got shut down completely by the enemy Jeff. And there we go, we win the round. I believe the Jeff player on the enemy team used his ultimate, which then cancelled him being on site, which gave us the round, instead of playing in OT. And jumping into round 2, I believe this is the airfield map, which is kind of good for this character, because you can play around corners quite easily. Pushing up, try to make something happen. I believe the enemy Thor was right next to me there. But he didn't notice us, or he just missed his ability. Running in flame field. There we go, got flame field in the center this time, so they can't be on site, instead of just being on the outer perimeter. Do some more damage with those shotgun pellets. Set up more flame fields, going for a meteorite strike. I believe I do knock someone back, but not enough damage to kill anyone. And honestly, I feel like a tickle monster with this character. It's like Black Panther, but just from range. But Black Panther can get kills, this character, I don't know. Questionable. And from there, try and be a nuisance in their spawn, again, create some fields behind them so they can't retreat. If they try to fight my team, and my team's collapse them, they have some damage from behind as well, which they have to focus on, reorientate themselves to understand where the damage is coming from, and they realize it's my walls from the pirate prison. Ultimates are popping off. I accept for a bit with our accelerated movement. Whenever you can, try use your acceleration, but it's not that necessary. It's only good if you try and dodge a lot of shots. In this case, I'm not getting shot too much, and when I do get shot, then I start using it as a getaway ability, as you see. But you can actually do it between shots if you keep on your character correctly. So you can actually move around a lot and shoot at the same time. Similar to StarLord, but StarLord can't shoot when he's moving around, unless he's out of the movement, I believe. Could be wrong. But that's the same capability you can have here, but a benefit. I just feel like it's very underutilized, so you don't get too much out of it. It's supposed to lead to better survivability. But now I try to set up another wall over here, but realize the map is shifting, so I'm like, you know what? I'll just create a line from all the entries so they can take some damage. And it does work out pretty well in my favor. Thor goes in for engagement of some sort. We pull back to the very top. Hela's trying to shoot us down, but we just rotate. I believe I activate ultimate here. I can't tell if I got shot down here by the Namor. Nah, we're still going. Oh, maybe it was a Hela. Do some damage, but then we went towards the center where Hela's going crazy on the enemy team, and we take some damage. Hela's ultimate is free damage. In majority of cases, it has to push one of our support ultimates in that moment, and we didn't have anything available. Going back to the actual objective, enemy team is taking it at this current time. Actually, I think we're taking it back. Sorry, we're taking it back. Gets confusing with the color changes. But we're going back, setting up something. But honestly, this character just feels like a fluke half the time. I can make it seem like it's the most god tier character in the game, but I'm gonna be honest, it is not. It is definitely not. It is fun, don't get me wrong. I love the flame on and go crazy with the Human Torch, but it is not the best character. At this current time, it needs a buff. I'd love to see what the win rates are for all players on this character, especially in high ranks, if there's any high elo players playing this character. Because right now, it's a joke. There's maybe some maps that does play much more than others. I feel like just the damage is underwhelming. Alongside the character kit overall. Because it's such a mix between like Iron Man and Storm, but weak at both. So you end up picking up those other flies instead of picking the Human Torch. The only time the Human Torch is somewhat accessible is when you run the full Fantastic Four team up. And even then, that's kind of questionable if that's worth it or not. But the extra survivability does help out drastically. Our teams try to fight against enemy team. The enemy team just jumps off site. And I believe that goes into our favor, and we win the game. As the Human Torch. Yes, a rare sighting indeed, but it can actually happen. So don't always grieve for the Human Torch players on the team, even though it's a good idea to make them switch, but not necessary, because you can get victory still. And our score was 14 kills, 5 deaths, 3 final hits, see? final hits is an issue. Damage though is 12k. That is still good. Since our Star-Lord did around 13k, then with Team DPS did around 11k, so we're in line with damage, even though it feels kind of underwhelming. Since we're hitting multiple targets all the time with damage over the time, it does stack up really quickly. The problem will always be his final hit capabilities, because it only happens of having 3 flame fields down, plus a meteorite, or doing like a one-shot combo on a standing target, which doesn't happen, so it can be really, really hard to make that actually effective. But that is the Human Torch. Tell me your opinions and thoughts in the comment section down below. I'd love to know. As always, mates, it's been a pleasure, and I'll catch you, mates, next time. Bye-bye.